Hello everyone, today we will discuss about the different types of lines used in art. On our previous topics, we learned that these 7 elements are the building blocks of all art, and the principles of art are used to organize the basic elements. Every piece of art created includes one or more of these elements and principles. It is important to learn the elements of art to understand the many aspects used in an artwork. With this, we will be able to realize the ideas, thoughts, or emotions of the artist and develop an appreciation towards a particular masterpiece. Line is one of the most crucial elements as everything begins with just a simple dot in space that transforms into lines and then drawings. Some people would even argue that this is the most important element, and for me, it is a yes, because most images begin their life as line drawings. According to Khan Academy, it is the most basic visual element as it can be used to define shapes and figures, indicate motion, emotion, and other elements. One fact about line is that it is one of the earliest artistic elements. Looking at the cave paintings around 15,000 BC, early humans used lines to show the shape of various animals. Now, to answer the question of what is line. A line is a continuation of point, a series of connected dots, or the recording of the movement of said point. It is a mark made upon a surface that joins different points. It has length, width, tone, and texture. It can divide space, define a form, and can be horizontal, vertical, diagonal, curved, or straight. Manoy categorized the different types of lines according to vertical, horizontal, diagonal, broken or jagged lines, curved lines, repeating lines, contrasting lines, and modifying lines, which carry meanings when used in an artwork. So each type of line gives a certain psychological response to the viewer. Starting with vertical lines. These lines are strong and rigid. They show balance, height, and poise. They suggest stability and convey a lack of movement. Its tallness and formality give the impression of dignity. We can see in this painting that the vertical line gives off the appearance of height because they are perpendicular to the earth, extending upwards toward the sky. Horizontal line. These are lines that are parallel to the horizon, hence the name. They suggest calmness and quietness. These lines emphasize width. They are stable and secure and convey an absence of conflict. These lines move from right to left and suggest a feeling of rest or response because objects parallel to the earth are at rest. Diagonal lines are unbalanced. They are filled with restless and uncontrolled energy. Their kinetic energy and apparent movement create tension and excitement. Diagonal lines are more dramatic than either horizontal or vertical lines. Objects in a diagonal position feel unstable because they are either about to fall or they are already in motion. Curved lines are softer than straight lines. They sweep and turn gracefully within endpoints. Curved lines express fluid movement. They can be calm or dynamic depending on how much they curve. The less active the curve, the calmer the feeling. The curve of a line can convey energy. Soft, shallow curves recall the curves of the human body and often have a pleasing sensual quality. Broken or jagged lines. They take on the dynamic and high-energy characteristics of diagonal lines. Both these lines imply confusion, chaos, tension, disturbance, violence, and sometimes war. An example of this is the painting Weeping Woman made by Pablo Picasso. The woman's tortured emotions are heightened by the jagged and bold lines. This painting symbolized the grief and suffering of the victims of the bombing in Guernica, Spain during World War II. Repeating lines. These are a series of vertical, horizontal, diagonal, or curved lines that show rhythm. Repetition shows harmony. Contrasting lines. These are a combination of vertical and horizontal lines or a combination of diagonal lines in opposite direction. Our last line is modified lines, which is a combination of straight and curved lines or a combination of lines of shifting shapes.
Thank you for